Normally when someone tells you you're in the tank, it's not a good thing. Tonight it's a great thing. Monrovia and Eminence, this great small-town rivalry in West Central Indiana. And we're glad you can be a part of it with us here on Endeavor Communications. Alongside Sean Walker, Greg Rakestraw with you, and something that the Eels are endeavoring to do for the first time in 20 years is sweep their season series with Monrovia. That year, some 2 decades ago, they played 3 times, twice in the regular season and once in the sectional, with the Eels claiming all 3. And it's senior night tonight, Sean. There are 5 seniors that we will see, in fact, make an all-senior starting 5 for Eminence. And 4 of 5 of them, when asked what was their best memory in their high school days, it was winning at Monrovia for the first time in 20 years back in December.
Yeah, you know, that 20 years is that resounding thing right now. It's 20 years since they beat them twice in the season, 20 years since they won at Monrovia. They got a great chance here tonight on their home court to get it done.
It's an Eminence team that is playing their final game of the regular season. They enter at 8-13. It's a Monrovia squad that has quite the test on their hands on Friday night. They play the #1 team in Class 2A in Park Tudor. That now a conference game now that this Monrovia ball club has made the jump from the West Central Conference to the Indiana Crossroads Conference. It's been a struggle for the Bulldogs this year at 4-16.
It has, and what a jump in talent. You know, no disrespect to the Eminence Eels, but you play Eminence here tonight and you turn around and play Park Tudor, you know, still to come. And that's a huge swing over the Class A pool, really, when you look at things.
Take a look at our impact players for tonight's game, and we start with Monrovia. Now, Trevor Eisenhut is the young man that we selected. We thought he was going to be their leading scorer available for tonight's game. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3.5 assists a game. We were told Luke Smith was not going to be here tonight. However, he is in uniform. He had been dealing with a family funeral. They were not sure if he'd make it back for the game. The good news from Monrovia, expect him to play tonight.
Yeah, and that's huge. I mean, to get him back, he's, you know, your leading scorer in Luke Smith, for him to play tonight, that's just a boost for Monrovia. But Trevor Eisenhut is a great basketball player as well. We got to see him earlier this year against Cascade. Had a good game there, and they really need him to step up tonight as well.
Brennan Ringler, the leading scorer for Eminence at 13 points, and do not let his 5'11" size fool you. 5.5 rebounds on the season. Time now for our X Factor in tonight's game, and we're with one of the guys that will not be starting. He'll be coming off the bench tonight, but normally a starter for the Eels, and that's Cody Martin.
Yeah, Cody Martin is one of those guys that's really stepped up and played a great role for this Eminence Eels team this year, averaging almost 9 points a game. You see that, though, 9 points. He elevated it by 5 at Monrovia on 12-9, was able to get the win there. And so they need him to step up again tonight. It'll be off the bench in that role here tonight as the seniors will get the start.
We'll take our first time out. When we come back, we'll tell you exactly what they're playing for in tonight's game, and we'll also welcome the third member of our broadcast crew. You are watching Eminence and Monrovia here on Endeavor Communications.
Endeavor Communications has been your hometown telephone provider for over 60 years. By providing crystal clear voice service, super fast internet, exciting television entertainment, security systems to help keep your family safe, and IT services for home and business, Endeavor continues to be the leader of technology in our communities. Call 1-800-922-6677 or go to our website at weendeavor.com for more details about all Endeavor services.
Watch ESPN brings you 24/7 live streaming access to all of your favorite ESPN networks. Watch anytime, anywhere on your smartphone, tablet, computer, or TV. Watch ESPN as your favorite studio shows like SportsCenter, NFL Live, and College Game Day. Plus, thousands of live events from across the country and around the globe. Watch ESPN. Live ESPN anytime, anywhere. Download the app or visit watchespn.com.
Back inside the tank, Greg Rakestraw, Sean Walker. Let's welcome the third member of our broadcast crew. Greg Mash is on the sideline, and he has a very valuable piece of hardware in his hands.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it very much. Hey, you know, up where we're from in West Lafayette, and then down the road from here in Bloomington, they play for a bucket. You know, you look around at these schools, they are here for a reason, and I'm holding it. This is the powder keg, and if you look at this thing, dated 1971 is the first time they played for this. And what a great joy it is for these players. We just heard senior night. what the Eminence Eels, what they remember about their senior year is that they beat Monrovia earlier this year to put another notch on this powder keg. So this is a big deal. Sitting here in Morgan County, this is what they played for. So enjoy the ride. You know, this is going to be something that we're going to be watching all night long. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold on to this much longer. This thing is hot. It's got somebody ready to take it. So we'll see what's going on. We'll go back to you guys. Thanks a lot.
Greg, thank you very much. I noticed that security has been eyeballing him ever since he took it from the scores table and walked over to the stage. So for his own safety, he's walking it back to the scores table as we speak. Let's talk about now these two teams as far as their last few times out. We'll start with Monrovia as far as kind of their recent history, and you see a common theme there in losses. Their last win was against South Putnam back on January the 23rd. For the most part, they've had some competitive games. Throw out Mooresville, a very good 4A school. Throw out Triton Central, a conference foe, but they're ranked 9th in 2A. Kind of against similar competition to what they'll see tonight at Eminence. They've been very competitive.
They have, and you know, it's that time of the season, unfortunately, where you lose 7 games in a row and you're struggling a little bit. But this is where you need some of your own senior leaders and the players that have been through this war before for the powder keg to step up and play well for you tonight.
And now for the Eminence Eels, again, throw out their last 2 games that you see here. Owen Valley, the biggest school they'll play all season, a 3A school. Pat Rady, the current active wins leader in terms of Indiana high school basketball at Cloverdale. The Clovers also a very good team in Class 2A. Last victory, a win over North Putnam, and they would love to get that 9th win of the regular season tonight against their arch rival.
They really would, and if you look at that, something else that stands out to me is look at all those road games. So they're happy to be back inside the tank in front of the friendly fans and try to get a victory here tonight.
Let's now focus on the keys to tonight's contest. Free throws, big for both these two teams.
It really is, and the first time that these two teams played each other, Eminence got up by a decent amount, and Monrovia went to a strategy of fouling, and they really extended that game, and they were able to get back into it because Eminence does not shoot the ball well from the free throw line at all. They're somewhere around 59% as a team, and so that's got to be huge for them tonight if they want to get the sweep here. Number 2, you got to defend the paint. You know, there's a height advantage here from Monrovia with a few of their post players, and Eminence is going to have to do a good job of shutting that down against the bigs and the penetrating guards. And then 3's transition offense. You know, Eminence really wants to get out and run and push the tempo in this basketball game, and if they can do those 3 things well, they can be successful. If not, look for Monrovia to take the win tonight.
Again, for Eminence, their final game before sectional action for Monrovia. They'll have one more very stern test coming up on Friday night. A quick glance as far as postseason paths for each of these two teams. Let's start with Monrovia. They play in a 2A sectional. It is at Speedway sectional number 44. It will be a tough road as far as once they get to a team like a Cloverdale, a team like a Speedway that plays a great schedule. It's a little bit of a misleading record at 9-11. But the good news is for Monrovia, they drew North Putt the first night, a team they have beaten for one of their 4 wins this season.
Yeah, very, very much so. And, you know, I look at that sectional, and I think this is Cloverdale's year. It really is. Coach Rady's got those guys playing fantastic. They have the big 3 or big 4 per se, where if maybe one person's struggling, they don't lose a lot in the scoring column because anybody can put up 35 at any point in time. And they're a fun team to watch.
Eminence plays in a 5-team sectional at the 1A level, sectional 57. They will take on the host school in White River Valley, a school they lost to back in December, but there were some extenuating circumstances for Eminence in that game.
Yeah, they were without their leading scorer, Brendan Ringler, and he's our impact player tonight. So, you know, they'll be happy to get him back and be able to go up against that team. It's a game that they only lost by 11 points in, and, you know, I wasn't there, but you got to figure a few of those are probably free throws towards the end, so you got to think it's a closer game.
The Wolverines of White River Valley and Eminence will play in a Friday night semifinal. Winner goes straight to the championship game. The best team in that sectional is Clay City. They've been ranked in the top 10 in 1A all season long. They are 18-3. They drew Bloomfield the opening night, with the winner of that getting 5-15 Shakamak in the other game of the semifinals. We'll take this quick timeout when we come back. Starting lineups and opening tip-off from Eminence High School. It's Eminence and Monrovia, and they play for the Powder Keg next on Endeavor Communications.
Endeavor eShield gives you peace of mind that your home, family, and business are safe. eShield provides burglar protection, leak detection, carbon monoxide, smoke and heat detection, and asset protection to secure your valuables. And of course, there's 24/7 monitoring. Total Connect Remote Services controls your system through your smartphone, tablet, or any other wireless device. Call 1-800-922-6677 or go to our website at weendeavor.com for more details. Endeavor Communications. We protect what you cherish most.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Eminence High School home of Eagles basketball. This evening we proudly present this powder keg contest between the Monrovia Bulldogs and your Eminence Eagles. At this time, we ask that you please stand, and gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor this great nation and this community with the singing of our national anthem by Eminence High School freshman Ivy Smith.
The singing of our national anthem before tonight's contest. Let's now go to our starting lineups for tonight's game. First of all, for the visitors from Monrovia. Again, Luke Smith inserted into the starting lineup. He's their leading scorer, 18.5 points a basketball game. Their only double-digit scorer on the season. A young man that you see on your screen, but not in the starting lineup. He's an athlete you've seen before. Outstanding football player and provides some bulk when he's on the floor for Monrovia. That's Jeremiah Welton.
Yeah, you ain't kidding either. I'll tell you what. That's a big man that can move. He can move. Getting flat out, fly down the field.
It is a Monrovia team scoring 54 points a game, giving up 67 points a basketball game, shooting just 40% from the field and 31% from three-point range on the season. Micah Elliott is in his third year at Monrovia. Previously to that, he was at South Putnam. And again, would like to see his team get some positive momentum heading into not just their regular season finale against Park Tudor on Friday night, but sectional play a week from tonight. For their opponents tonight, the home squad, the Eminence Eels. It will be an all-senior starting five. And of note, sometimes on senior night, you get kids in the starting lineup that aren't accustomed to playing that much. These five guys all see regular minutes. They're really five of their seven-man regular rotation. Their second and third leading scorers in Maringer and Martin won't start tonight. But again, these are all kids that are used to seeing time for Jay Temple's squad.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Temples about it, coming in. It didn't even occur to me it was senior night, and I asked him, I just wanted to make sure nobody was in trouble. There weren't any injuries to speak of. I noticed that a few of the normal starters weren't starting. He said, nope, it's senior night. He said, but honestly, I feel like I can plug any of these seven guys in at any point in time and not lose production.
For example, all five of these guys that are starting tonight all average at least 5 points a basketball game. So guys that they are used to seeing. Eminence scoring 58 points a contest. Their opponent 63 a game. Eels shooting 42% from the field. 44% is what their opponents score. But again, it's the next two shooting numbers that catch your attention. 26% from three-point range and 57% from the free throw line this season.
Yeah, that's a struggle. That's why they've got to get out into transition and find easy buckets.
for Jay Temples. It is his 4th year in the program. He was the JV coach the last 3 seasons. He played his high school basketball at Owen Valley. Time now for tonight's officials for this game. Tony Schwab, Larry Sanders, Paul Beam is our lead official for tonight's contest. We have a very good crew for this rivalry game. Not to mention that we have a phenomenal seat. We are courtside here for this one.
In the tank.
And this is how you start if you're the road team. Win the tip, score the opening layup 2 seconds in, and Luke Smith makes his impact felt immediately with the game's opening bucket.
There you go. You think he's not even going to play, and next thing you know, he's got the opening bucket and your early lead right here from Monrovia.
He is just a sophomore, but again, you can see his athleticism on display immediately. 18 points a game. Kick out 3 for Eminence.
Wow.
So much for that 26% shooting theory. Hammett drills one on the opening trip for Eminence.
I'll tell you, though, you get back home where you get on your home court. You're playing against your rival. That's a big shot early from one of the seniors.
Eminence starts off at a man-to-man.
Got a loud and rowdy student section ready to go tonight for Eminence.
The runner is up, no good. Shot taken and missed by Evan Burgess. Now Ringler is fouled.
A good decision that time. I mean, nobody stops ball, so Ringler just tries to get all the way to the bucket. Going to draw the first foul.
I will say, though, that it was not on the shot. It was on the drive to the basket. Eminence has not had a winning season the last 4 years. That year back in 2011, they also won one of their 2 sectionals in the multi-class era. Shot taken and missed by Decker. Rebound to Monrovia. Bulldogs off and running. And eventually Ringler going to be whistled for the foul, and Williams will have a chance to shoot 2.
You know, back at the other end, that's one of those plays for Decker that you got to make. I mean, you got point-blank range in a big game like this. You can't leave points on the table.
There was a lot of basketball that time by Ringler, but he's whistled for the foul, his first. And it does not take much in this small building for it to get loud. You see there in the shot from the free throw line, the old school stage here in this building. Anymore, you almost have to be going to a Catholic school game in Indianapolis to see a ball game with a stage.
Yeah, I mean, up in our area, we get one with Central Catholic, but that's the only one that I'm aware of. Other than here, it's pretty cool.
Ritter, Chittard, Roncalli, all have them. All those Catholic schools built in the late 60s, early 70s. 2-3 zone here by Monrovia. Pretty much interchangeable pieces. The starting 5 for Eminence. Again, Ringler, their leading scorer at 5'11". 5 seniors on the floor here for the Eels. Ringler lines it up. That does not go, and Monrovia eventually tracks on the rebound. That's Eisenhunt, the junior. Look ahead pass, layup, no good. That's going to be an over-the-back, I believe, an over-the-back foul. Whistle against Steven Seals. And here's simply an opportunity that Monrovia's got to cash in on.
Yeah, I agree. He misses one from point-blank range, and then you like the aggressiveness trying to crash the glass, but you hate to pick up early fouls like that.
Luke Sieber checks in. Monrovia presses. Eminence attacks. The runner is up and no good. Shot taken and missed by Wilson. But Wilson got his hands on it. Stopping ball, though, on the drive has been a problem for Eminence early. Let's see if they give him the shot. I don't think they're going to.
Look at this replay, though. Realizing nobody picks me up, goes right down the lane. And I think the officials missed that one. It looked like as he was leaving his feet, that's where the foul occurred.
So Wilson picks up the foul, his first, team second. Both teams with 2 fouls here in the opening 2.5 minutes. Pass tipped away, taken away. Badillo, the runner, and score.
How about that? Pepe Badillo, one of the foreign exchange students that's here, able to come in and get a transition bucket.
Little runner is up and good. This time Williams scores the basket. So tied at 5. Badillo.
Why not?
His second made 3 of the season. He's played a lot. He hasn't hit many from outside. Little lefty runner. How about that for switching hands for Luke Smith?
That was pretty from the sophomore, you know. Trying to commentate and talk about the play, but the pace of play right now up and down for both teams.
Levi Hammett with the bucket. And Monrovia trying to up the tempo a little bit here.
I'll tell you what, though, this is what Eminence wants. They want an up and down game.
Now, the numbers that Monrovia gives up defensively as that one rattles home for the Bulldogs. Eisenhut makes the shot and then gets the steal at the other end. And then Badillo going to be whistled for the foul. But to finish the thought, there are certain numbers that catch your attention in both a good and a bad way. And if you're giving up 67 points a game in 32 minutes, that's not a good number, and that's the defensive average the Bulldogs are allowing this season.
Yeah, those are typically the numbers you don't want to see when you're going up against a team that wants to get up and down the floor either.
Sam Whitaker will check in for the first time, a 5'10 sophomore. And Seals back in the game after a brief breather for Monrovia. And that's going to be steps whistled against Whitaker.
How often does that happen? You come in fresh off the bench and the ball seems to find you right away. And usually it's either a good play or a bad play, one or the other, but it's time to turnover.
It's Monrovia, a team that has not had a winning season in the last 5 years. 2010, their last winning campaign. Little pull-up shot for Martin, rolls home, the friendly bounce. So Martin has checked in, first non-senior to see time tonight. He's a junior, averaging 9 points a game.
You know, just reading some of the articles leading into this and some of the things they talked about is that you see Smith knock down another 3. But they talked about Martin's confidence and how he's really matured as a basketball player this year.
Smith ties it up at 12. He's got 7 of the Monrovia dozen. So back and forth in this rivalry game. Dio does a great job of weaving through traffic except for one factor. He lost the ball. Smith does not, but he misses the shot. Hustle for the loose ball, scramble for it. Whitaker with it, and is going to be called for steps.
You got to like the effort, though. You really do. I mean, Whitaker came off the bench. He got called for a traveling the first time he touches a basketball. This time, getting after a loose ball play here, trying to keep it alive for the team. Doing it amongst a few defenders there as well.
Bo Maringer in the game now for Eminence. He's a 6'2 sophomore. He's the tallest player on the varsity roster for Eminence. I think in Monrovia, really just one player that has a size advantage. That's the 6'5 Sieber, who's in the low block now. And the shot is up and good for Jake Decker. Decker, 51% from the floor this season, their second leading shooter in terms of accuracy.
I love the fact that his hands, I mean, that was a tough catch for him that time.
Whitaker had the ball knocked away, but he recovers. Good ball movement. Sieber, little runner. Didn't get a good look. Good job, though, by Seals to crash the offensive glass and draws the foul. Number 4 against Eminence.
Yeah, Seals is very active. We saw him against Cascade in our coverage. And that night, again, just crashing the glass and doing the things that he's doing right now. Very active.
Whitaker back out. Eisenhut back in. Little baseline jump shot is good for Sieber, the sophomore. If you're Monrovia, the future's looking rather bright. Smith and Sieber are both just sophomores for the Bulldogs.
And Sieber looks like he may grow a few more inches as well. Already kind of long and lean.
Baseline corner 3, no, and that's going to be an over-the-back foul against Cody Martin, so that's team foul number 5 against the Eels. Of the 5 leading scorers this season for Monrovia, only one of them is a senior, and that is Austin Baker. Burgess and Seals also seniors for this team. Driving baseline, Smith, no, tipped by Sieber, but quickly Eminence on the push. Who touched it last? Ruled that Eminence did.
I'll tell you, credit the official with just being able to get out of the way of that one that time, rolled right at his feet.
A lot of these guys referee many games in the Indianapolis area, so again, they've got a really good crew for tonight's game.
I like the effort so far from both teams. I mean, you can tell this game means something, a little something extra to both of them.
And that shot is up and good by Steven Seals, his first bucket. Monrovia out in front, 16-14.
Up and down the floor, scoring back and forth.
Bulldogs trying to snap a 7-game losing streak. Ringler in the lane, and he took an extra step. 4th turnover against Eminence. And that's been a problem for the Eels this year. They average 15 turnovers a game.
You know, turnovers are never good. I think as a coach, though, you'd rather have those dead ball turnovers. At least it gives you an opportunity to set up your defense.
Speaking of turnovers, there's one. Takeaway by Decker. 3, Maringer. And a team that, as we have mentioned, was not a great three-point shooting team coming in. 26% on the season. They average making 4 threes a game. They've made 3 in the first 7 minutes.
3 of 5 right now.
Seals drives, runner, no. Rebound, Sieber. Put back, no. And that's going to be a foul, I believe, against Monrovia.
Good shot of the replay here, just on the battle for the rebound. But you know, these two teams definitely getting after each other right now.
Seals' second foul. And he'll have a seat for Monrovia.
You gotta love the atmosphere in here. I mean, this is the type of games that remind me of high school basketball in Indiana when I was growing up. You know, you get the gym that's packed. The fans are into it. The players are playing hard.
Ringler tries to split the zone. I think he's going to be called for an offensive foul.
He's struggling a little bit right now for Ringler. Just trying to find his way in this game. Luckily for the Eels, though, they've gotten good bounce scoring from a lot of the other players that are out on the floor.
Smith pulls up from 15, not that time. Rebound by Decker, tipped away by Smith, goes right to Badillo, and wild sequence here. Monrovia eventually comes out of there with it, but cannot hang on. Burgess lost the handle, out of bounds to Eminence with just over a second left to play in the quarter.
Eisenhuth that time, you know, really didn't have to go for that save. That ball would have been out off of Eminence, but he does, and in the scramble, the turnover gives the ball back to the Eels.
Martin tried to put it up really before he had caught it, and officials will not give him the benefit of the doubt. An up-tempo first quarter, to say the least. Eminence 17, Monrovia 16. Let's take this quick timeout. We'll come back, catch up with our buddy Greg Mash in a matter of moments here on Endeavor Communications.
Are you a fan of exciting action, great sporting atmosphere, and good displays of sportsmanship?
I am definitely a fan.
High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure entertainment value. Are you a fan of amazing spirit, incredible drama, and affordable ticket prices?
I'm definitely a fan.
High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure entertainment value.
Tonight's game presented by Endeavor Communications, offering 20 popular calling features, their eVoice telephone. They're available including popular voicemail, call waiting, and web portal access to manage your phone features online. Give them a call at 800-922-6677 or to WeEndeavor.com for more. And we go across the gymnasium to Greg Mash, who's got more.
Hey guys, thanks a lot. One of the great joys of what we get when we do what we do is coming to all the high schools in Indiana. And with that, we find some of the loudest ones, and I think we found one right here. What's your names?
Casey, Jeff, Kaylee, Leah.
Show me how loud you can be. Hey, back to you guys. We're live at the tank.
And Greg no longer has hearing.
I'll tell you.
I'm not sure if that was the microphone we were hearing or the kids all the way across the gymnasium.
I think it's a little bit of both. You get in this small gym, and that's a good, strong student section over there with some nice, strong vocals.
Now, you were telling me the capacity of this building is about 1,200, is that right?
That's what I was told.
There is no way in the world there is that many people can fit into this building. But maybe we're just shy of that number this evening. Final home game of the season for Eminence. One thing they need to stop doing is also committing turnovers as they give it away yet again.
You know, for Pepe, I was praising him earlier. He's got 5 points. He's playing really hard, but he's got to play under control. And that's the one thing that, you know, you're coming in. This is your first year playing as part of the team. You got to reel him in every once in a while. So you probably got some peaks and valleys like you do with a sophomore or junior.
7 turnovers now for Eminence. Welting in the game for the first time for Monrovia. Runner is up, but no good by John Williams.
Now, Welty's the easy one to spot out there. He's the one with the full-grown beard and plays like a man.
Listed as a power forward at 6'1". The putback is good for Maringer. He's got 5. 3 different players with 5 points apiece for Eminence, and they lead 19-16.
If there's definitely a strength for Eminence, it's that. They get balanced scoring from a lot of different people on the team.
They have 7 different players that average at least 5 points a game. Smith, not that time. And the jump shot starting to go cold now for Monrovia.
You know, when you're a team and you play like a team, you're hard to defend and you're hard to prepare for.
Martin weaving through traffic, gets the shot off but can't finish, and ball kicks off the leg of Decker out of bounds to Monrovia.
Look at the replay here. Cody Martin trying to get into the lane and create that time.
I mentioned this in the pregame show. Eminence going for a sweep in this series for the first time in 20 years. That was their last road win in the series, the one they had earlier this season. Baseline corner shot is good. That's a 3. Evan Burgess on the triple. Second made 3 by Monrovia.
I was getting ready to say, too, it looked like they had struggled ever since Eminence had kind of went to this zone look.
Maringer with the bucket. He's got 7. Maringer will be one of the 2 key pieces of this team a year from now. Again, they graduate 5 of their top 7 to the Eels, and that's a traveling violation against Eisenhut.
Another turnover here for the Bulldogs, and you know, in a game this close, turnovers could have very easily been one of our keys to victory here tonight. You're probably expecting a few. This, you know, familiar opponent, play them twice a season, but you got to value that basketball.
Monrovia's played nothing but zone so far in this game. Maringer, not that time, but the rebound corralled by Decker. That ball kicked by Monrovia, out of bounds to the Eels.
Near turnover there.
Now we see Monrovia going to the man-to-man out of the inbounds play. Good slip.
Oh, yeah, what a pass.
Better job by Ringler. Got his defender in the air, couldn't finish, but we'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Smart heads-up play by one of the seniors, but, man, what a pass that time.
Smith picks up the foul, his first. Team foul number 4. Ringler just a 59% free throw shooter. And to that point, we talked about how their team struggles from the line. They all struggle from the line. There is not a player on this Eminence team that makes better than 70% from the free throw line. Ringler rattles that one home. He becomes the 6th different player to score for the Eels tonight.
Really looking at both sides, some pretty good balance there for both.
Smith the pull-up 3, no. Quick outlet by Decker. Ringler step through, everything but the basket. Wow. So you reward the hustle by Maringer to lay that one up, but Maringer leads all scores with 9.
You gotta love that when guys get out and run and they follow the play. I thought that was a fantastic move by Ringler. Just left it a little short.
Pull up 3. Monrovia is being a little content to settle for deep shots at this point, aren't they?
I agree, and sometimes that's what that zone will do to you. It just makes you feel like that's where your open shots are from. And to Eminence's credit, that's probably by design, realizing that they're not a real good three-point shooting team.
And neither of these teams great from three-point range. Monrovia 31%, Eminence 26%. Monrovia makes about 4.5 threes a ball game. Eminence just over 4. Ringler.
Reminds me of that great quote from Hoosiers where he says, you know, pack it down the lane and make him chuck it from the cheap seats.
I think it was followed by no drive, 12 foot in. Ringler for 3. That was how you beat Cedar Knob, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice job crashing the offensive glass by Martin. Probably got away with a little bit of a push that time. Ringler's going to get one here. Nope.
Well, Ringler got what I thought was a soft charge, Carl, earlier. Probably got karma went back his direction. That probably should have been a foul from leading with the arm. Instead, it's supposed to was a blocking foul on Whitaker. Each team now with 6 fouls. The next whistle each way puts the other in the bonus. Immediate double on the ball screen. And then steps called against Hammett.
I still like how both teams are attempting to share the basketball. I mean, the ball is going where the open player is. The open player is not always making the best decision with it, but I think for coaching staffs, I mean, that's kind of what you want to see. You want to see him hit the open guy.
Monrovia really spacing out their half-court offense, trying to open up some driving lanes, such as the case for Eisenhut right here. Everything looked good but the shot. And Eminence immediately hits the gas pedal. Maringer. Now Eisenhut the rebound. Good look-ahead pass to Burgess, who misses the lefty layup.
A little too strong that time.
And Ringler called for steps.
But I'll tell you, I mean, as this game goes along, I know it's close right now. It's only a 5-point game. I still feel like the pace of play is what the Eels want to do. They want to get up and down the floor, and they want to put up as many shots as they can. I think Monrovia would be beneficial to slow things down and work out of the half-court set.
Williams on the drive. That ball touched last by Eminence. It'll remain Monrovia ball.
Credit to Eminence's defense right now, too, though, of disrupting passing lanes and being active and not just coming down here and setting in the defense and letting Monrovia have their way.
Sieber getting good position to low block, but isn't anybody to look his way as far as dumping it down to the big fella down low. Now Sieber catches some 40 feet from the basket. Under 2 minutes to play here in the half. 5-point lead for Eminence. Williams slips.
Good thing he's all right there, just a slip on the floor. When I first initially saw it from my angle, it looked like maybe his knee gave out on him, but he seems to be fine going down the other way.
It's Monrovia, a team that is 0-6 in their first year as a basketball-playing member of the Indiana Crossroads Conference, and that is a step up in terms of hoops from the West Central Conference. Park Tudor, Triton Central, Speedway, all a part of that league. Again, their final league game against number 1 and 2A Park Tudor on Friday night. This Eminence program not a part of a conference. They're an independent. Baseline corner 3, not that time, and the rebound corralled by Eisenhut from Monrovia. Pushes the tempo. Whitaker, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
Yeah, you saw it coming, and a great job of stepping in and taking it. Again, it's one of your seniors on senior night in Decker. It was a good job of just setting his feet and allowing the defender to come to him, and you know, that's the part of high school basketball where you're trying to teach that, because, you know, one extra dribble was just too many that time.
Monrovia now 6 turnovers. We've been on 24-19 now for a while. These two teams unable to match the pace and simple volume of points they had in the opening 8 minutes.
You know, the unfortunate thing these days is players either want to get to the bucket and either get a layup or a dunk, or they want to shoot a 3. That mid-range game is pretty much all but gone away. And that's where you can find a lot of real estate in these games.
And Ringler again just kind of lifted that left foot. Whitaker.
Amazing how quickly this first half seems like it's flown by.
Sieber, tough shot.
Yeah, that was an amazing angle that time to even get that up on the rim, let alone make it.
Yeah, both of his baskets have been kind of almost from behind there, or at least the side of the backboard there in that baseline corner. Eminence going to hold for one. Our Greg Mash will catch up with Eminence head coach Jay Temples as he takes his team into the locker room. At 4, ball needs to go up. Maringer in time, but it's not on target. So a low-scoring second quarter. The home team, though, enjoying a 24-21 advantage at the break. 9 points for Maringer to lead Eminence, 7 for Luke Smith to lead Monrovia. Coach Temple standing by with Greg Mash.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Coach, a lot of scoring there in the first quarter. Things kind of slowed down in the second. What'd you see?
You know, offensively, we weren't necessarily being patient. We came down and just jacked up some shots. I didn't think we really got into our offense. I think if we were a little more patient and just finish at the bucket, that's going to be the key for us moving forward. We want to run, but we also want to be patient at the same time.
Okay, about the second half, you're going to talk about defense a little bit. Offense, what are you telling the kids?
Second half, we've got to cut off driving lanes. We've got to cut off driving lanes and make sure we're communicating on the defensive end. And, you know, if we continue to do that and we can rebound, then I think that it gives us a good chance to compete here in the second half and probably get the win.
All right, good luck in the second half, Coach. Back to you guys.
Greg, thank you very much. We'll take this quick timeout. We'll come back, begin the halftime show. Again from Eminence High School. Eminence trying to keep that powder keg during the offseason. They leave Monrovia 24-21 here on Endeavor Communications.
Endeavor eText provides outstanding IT and computer-related services for your home or business. Whether you need a simple home PC tune-up or a large-scale network installation for your business or your municipality, Endeavor eText is your final destination for all of your IT needs. Maintenance agreements are available and services open to members and non-members alike. Call 1-877-524-9109 or go to our website at weendeavor.com for more details.
March Madness is here.
Tournament time. March Madness fans, we expect the unexpected.
68 teams compete in the most anticipated month in college sports.
Wow, what a play.
Don't miss every incredible upset.
Oh, beyond belief.
And all the drama, emotion, and excitement as each round pushes teams closer to Indianapolis and Final Four weekend.
College basketball's grandest stage awaits.
Tune into TBS on Saturday, April 4th.
Enjoy the freedom of independent living with Endeavor's Medical Alert System. Contact emergency help or a loved one through the water-resistant two-way voice pendant. It's as easy as pressing a button to call for help in and around your home. The Medical Alert System is easy to use and connects to your landline telephone. Call 1-800-922-6677 or go to our website at weendeavor.com for more details. Endeavor Communications. We protect what you cherish most.
Back in the tank, Greg Rakestraw, Sean Walker, Greg Mash with you on Endeavor Communications. Again, our score at the break, 24-21 in favor of Eminence. Our halftime show brought to us by eShield Security. Provides better protection for your home or business. Get burglary and intrusion detection, fire, smoke, and carbon monoxide protection, flood detection, video monitoring, home and energy management. Call 800-922-6677 for a free on-site security quote. Sean, your thoughts on the first half at this point?
Up and down basketball. I mean, we had a great scoring first quarter, 17-16, and then it slowed down a little bit in the second, but both teams still getting after it, back and forth. It's fun to watch.
I thought both these two teams kind of reverted to form. Maybe just the energy of Monrovia playing on the road at a big rival, the energy of Eminence playing at home on senior night. I kind of carried these teams in the first quarter. Second quarter, you kind of saw what the numbers generally have been for these teams for the majority of the season.
Yeah, it definitely. The shooting touch slowed down quite a bit for both squads, but I think, again, the pace of play, it really benefits Eminence right now. They're a team that wants to get up a ton of shots. They want to get up and down the floor and try to get layups, and right now that's what they're doing, and that's why they're winning this game.
This Monrovia Ball Club finishes up with Park Tudor on Friday night. Their wins this season, Cascade, Bethesda Christian, North Putt, and South Putt. And we've referenced the conference affiliation a couple times for Monrovia. If they were still in the West Central Conference this year, they'd have been 3-2 in league play. But playing in the Indiana Crossroads Conference with schools like Park Tudor, Cecina, Triton Central, and Speedway, they're 0-6 and they have to play Park Tudor.
Yeah, and I mean, that's, welcome to the conference, I guess, for your first year. And, that's going to be a tough conference for Monrovia to play in, but to each their own. I mean, you want to play against top-tier competition, that's a good conference to be a part of.
And it's a Monrovia program that's kind of acknowledging the fact that while there's all going to have the small-town roots, they're kind of becoming more of a suburb, and that Indiana Crossroads Conference is really primarily a Marion County league. Monrovia and Triton Central kind of the exceptions to that. And so you're playing against schools of similar size, maybe a little bit of a different background, but kind of acknowledging the makeup change Monrovia is going through. The league that they left, the West Central Conference, Speedway was part of that for many years as well. They too now part of this new Indiana Crossroads Conference. That league is changing completely next year, merging with the Western Indiana Conference. That's going to be one very big and one very spread out league next season.
It is, and you're seeing that across the state of Indiana. A lot of the conferences changing, a lot of teams moving around and realigning a little bit, and it's going to be interesting how it all shakes out.
For Eminence, and they play in postseason play beginning next week. They draw the bye. They do not play again until Friday. So after tonight, Sean, they've got 10 days off. Your head coach, Jay Temples, what do you do in that downtime?
I think you try to keep it as normal as possible. You focus on your opponent. You know who you're going to be playing against. You already saw them once. So it's a great time to really go back and study and put together a good game plan against White River Valley, but then also have a few days to look. And you hate to do that. You hate to look past and maybe try to prepare for another opponent, but you've got that extra days if you want to put something else in.
It is a Eminence team that has wins this year against Horizon Christian, their earlier matchup with Monrovia, Fall Creek Academy, South Putnam, Turkey Run, Baptist Academy, Greenwood Christian, and their last win coming at North Putnam by some 26 points. That's 12 days ago on February the 12th. These two teams are getting ready to come back onto the floor for half number 2. Before we get to our next timeout, we'll let Greg Mash catch up with Monrovia's head coach, Micah Elliott, as both teams are ready to take the floor, and our Endeavor eShield Security Solutions halftime show is about to come to its conclusion. Scoring for Eminence, 9 for Maringer, 5 each for Badillo and Hammett, 2 each for Decker and Martin, 1 for Ringler. Only Wilson played but did not score. For Monrovia, 7 for Smith, 4 for Sieber, 3 each for Burgess and Williams, 2 for Eisenhut and Seals. Welty and Whitaker played but did not score. So the two teams getting ready for half number 2, and before he gets too far along in his second half preparation, Micah Elliott now catches up with our Greg Mash.
Hey, thanks, guys. Here with Coach Micah Elliott. You said it's going to be dogfight, and that's exactly what we got. What did you see that you loved about the first half?
In the first quarter, I really liked our aggression towards it. I thought we attacked the rim really well. I thought in the second quarter, we settled for jump shots outside of the paint and didn't really put a lot of pressure on their defense. You know, it's going to be a dogfight all the way to the end, and you know you've got to take care of offensive rebounds and cut those down. We thought we've given up a couple too many of those, and we need to hit the boards on our side so that they can't run in transition. So, you know, we tweaked a few things, and we'll see if those work out. And see, you know, hopefully come out with the win tonight.
Thanks so much, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back to you guys.
Greg, thank you very much. We'll check in with him right before the beginning of the fourth quarter. That'll do it for our Endeavor eShield Security Solutions halftime show. Pepe Medillo with the 3 here. That's the margin his team leads by, 24-21. We're back with the third quarter in just a matter of moments on Endeavor Communications.
New from Endeavor Communications, a hometown telephone provider for over 60 years. Business phone solutions, making businesses accessible anytime, anywhere, on any device. Increase your office efficiencies while reducing costs with a reliable phone system that delivers superior voice clarity. Endeavor Business Phone Solutions offers a low set monthly fee and a reliable nationwide IP network for businesses of any size. Call today for a free quote at 1-844-3-HOSTED.
Runners on your mark.
You roll out at the dawning of the day. Heart racing as we make your little getaway. But there's always a scar when you fall down. We lose our way, pick it back up again. It's never too late to get back up again. And one day you won't shine again. You may be knocked down, but not out forever. Lose our way, pick it back up again. It's never too late to get back up again. And one day.
Yeah, championship fever. With the flows I kick, I'm eligible for my own sneaker.
Wingspan, 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 wingspan.
Mama, there goes that man. Heart on my sleeve is my ID. All I need is an inch. I'ma stretch it to a mile. Plan to be here for a while, then take it to the clouds. Rain like Ming did. Can't stop this God-sent English.
Watch TV Everywhere is a value-added entertainment option which gives Endeavor television subscribers the ability to watch TV programs on their PC, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. When you subscribe to an Endeavor TV package, you receive select TV programming that is available in that package free of charge. You can view Watch TV Everywhere program just about anywhere. All you need is an internet or Wi-Fi connection. Call 1-800-922-6677 or go to our website at weendeavor.com for more details about Watch TV Everywhere.
Tonight's game is brought to us by Endeavor eTech's IT Services. They can help you with all your computer and technology needs, available to Endeavor members and the general public. eTech offers everything from simple home printer setup, PC diagnostics, or malware removal to large-scale network development, network security, data backup storage, and disaster recovery for businesses and municipalities. Give them a call at 800-922-6677 or visit weendeavor.com for more information.
No, we're talking about the tournament that gets started here next week, Rake, and you look back at the tournament history of these two teams, and for Monrovia, their last sectional title came in 2000. They won it 3 straight years in 98, 99, and 2000.
And there was a very good reason for that. A young man that, well, he's now retired from his professional football days, but John Standiford, that played for the Indianapolis Colts, the Detroit Lions, was the star basketball player at Monrovia back then, before he then became an outstanding football player at Purdue. I remember seeing that Monrovia team play against Zach Randolph and Marion in the Hall of Fame Classic 15 years ago in Newcastle.
I'll tell you, you are like, I think your brain is like a hard drive that just never reboots. You are full of all kinds of knowledge.
Well, like, it's a Monrovia. They've had this great run in football as of late.
Yeah.
Basketball, it's been more of a struggle. But again, this is one of these great games where even if you've had a down year, you can kind of rectify that with a victory in a game like this one if you're Monrovia.
Yeah, you can. And you know, if you look at the other side of the court for Eminence, they're just a handful of years, 4 years removed from a 2011 sectional championship. So, I mean, it's always good to see these smaller schools like this that get to compete and battle in sectionals and develop a history. I mean, this school coming here to the Tank, this is a phenomenal gymnasium. This is a pretty cool place.
Too quiet in here, Eagles fans. Let's make some noise.
You know, even when you pull in, right, you've got the old school out in front.
Right.
It's like the 2 or 3 story old brick building, and then it funnels into the newer area, which is still older because the tank's been here a while.
The two-story brick building out front, the stage on the end. This is kind of a nod to days gone by of Indiana high schools and high school athletics, and so it is a cool walk down memory lane being here this evening. Eminence has won 2 sectionals in the multi-class era, 2007 and 2011, and they won 2 sectionals back in the old single-class days, 1962 and 1978.
You know, you look at this rivalry between the two at the Powder Keg, and since 93-94, Monrovia has dominated this series 34-8. Eminence has a chance tonight to make a statement. You know, to be able to beat them twice in the same season for the first time in 20 years is crazy.
Baseline corner 3 does not go. Sieber's putback also no good, but Smith will get a 3rd look this possession, and that misses too. How about a 4th try? And it gets a foul drawn, and Monrovia's getting good looks. Certainly, maybe that was one of their better possessions tonight, just couldn't buy a bucket.
Yeah, you look at the replays and just battle on the glass. Greg just talked to Coach Elliott down here, and that's what he said. We told our guys we got to get on our own glass and keep them from getting out in transition.
But Smith misses the free throw. He's an 83% free throw shooter. And averaging 18.5 points a game, Monrovia's only double-digit per game score. Gets that one to go.
He's got 8 here tonight. I know they're glad to have him. Again, we thought he was a scratch from this game. Instead, he's out here playing.
Monrovia 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Eminence just 1 of 2. Baseline corner 3 does not go. Wilson on the miss, but the long rebound tracked down and heads up play by Decker. Made sure he saved it before he crossed that half-court stripe. Leads to another missed 3 by Eminence, and now Eisenhut will push the tempo for Monrovia. Spins, shoots, scores.
Wow, what a bucket that time from Eisenhut. That was tremendous.
That ties us up at 24. Ringler split 2 defenders, then lost the basketball. Quickly numbers for Monrovia. Eisenhut goes 84 feet, and he's a fan of gravity on that one as it falls, and immediately Eminence takes a timeout. It is a 30-second timeout, but the Bulldogs quickly score the first 5 points of this second half.
Yeah, look at the effort that they've come out of the locker room with here in the second half is tremendous. They're getting up and down the floor. They're getting into the gym shorts of the team that they're playing against. This is what Monrovia is going to have to do to win this game, and they're doing a good job of it right now.
All of our 30-second timeouts tonight brought to us by Endeavor eShield Security Solutions. Help protect what you cherish most. Give them a call at 800-922-6677 or online at weendeavor.com for more information.
You know, in these rivalry games like this, you can't come out and match the tenacity of the other team. You have to take it above and beyond what they're bringing to the table, especially when you're playing on their home court. And so for Monrovia, you're seeing a little extra pep in the step right now coming out of the locker room at halftime. If you're Eminence, you just got to calm down and get yourself a bucket. Try to find an easy shot. They're settling for threes right now.
Good job of finding the middle of the zone for Eminence.
You know, earlier in the game when they were 3 of 5 from three-point land, you worry about that being fool's gold, where they fall in love with it and they start just chucking it, and that's what we've seen lately.
Eisenhut gets whistled for the foul. First team foul of the half against Monrovia, and his first of the game. Loose ball and eventually tracked down by Decker. Seals had an opportunity for the breakaway and steal, but Dio's runner does not go. Asking for the push, didn't get the call. Williams, Smith. Neither of these teams being shy about pushing the tempo. One thing that Monrovia is also not being shy about is crashing the glass. Seals with 4. It's a 7-0 spurt for Monrovia.
It is, and you know, Padillo, he takes a great shot on this end, but then he complains about the non-foul and he loses his guy on the other end, and when everybody scrambles, it ends up in a putback offensive rebound from Monrovia. It's tough sometimes. You get in a game like this, you know, you want to complain to the officials, but you got to allow the coaching staff to do it. You got to stay in the play.
Maringer for 3. That ball was tipped away by Eminence. Jay Temple's asking about a potential foul on the closeout against Maringer, and Aldeem says, nope, not enough contact there.
But see, that's exactly what I was just talking about. Maringer didn't complain at all. He ran down the floor. He let his coach handle it so that he was back on defense where he needed to be. I wouldn't be surprised if Monrovia gets another bucket here if you don't see another timeout.
Seaver going to work. Not that time. Martin just checked back in, replacing Badillo, and brings the ball to the front court. Baseline runner, no. It's going to be a foul on Smith. They're going to say that he had a forearm in the back of Decker to try to create some space.
I like Decker's effort here tonight. He's not really showing up in the scoring column, just 2 points in the game, but it's what he's doing down there on the offensive glass.
Decker, kind of this typical small town center. 6'1", averages 7 boards a game.
Right.
And tallest player on this Eminence roster is Maringer at 6'2", and Wilson gets his first basket this senior night. He averages 7 points a game.
And that's a huge bucket when they needed it right there to get this back to a 2-point game.
Took Eminence 3 minutes to score into the second half. Burgess on the drive, bobbled the basketball, loose ball. Will be touched last by Wilson, out of bounds to Eminence.
Another thing you're noticing right now, too, is Monrovia, they're not settling for jump shots either. They are trying to get to the bucket. And some good penetration in that lane right now.
Eisenhout can't back up the move off the dribble with the three.
You know, I'm going to quote Coach Rady on this one. That was $1 million move and a 10-cent shot.
Pull up by Maringer. That does not go.
Didn't hear that from him directly. I heard that from one of the players or the people that we interviewed when talking about Coach Rady.
That's a foul whistled against Hammond. Hammond had a lot of ball up top, but had a forearm in the back. You'll see it here on the replay, and it's the left arm that is whistled for the foul, and 2 free throws coming up for Eisenhout, who is a 78% free throw shooter.
I like the effort that he's come out with in the second half already now with 5 points in the third quarter. 7 overall.
Eisenhout misses the second of the 2 free throws. 3-point game.
You know, just one possession if you're Eminence. Just run your set, try to get the best shots you can here on this possession.
Nice leave. The bucket is good for Ringler.
Boy, I didn't see, from our vantage point, I didn't see Ringler in there. I thought that was a crazy pass at first from Martin, but it was right on the money.
Ringler's first field goal tonight, and he is Eminence's leading scorer on the season at 13 points a game. Nice drive and kick. Eisenhout for 3.
That's a good play, though. He's had the hot hand here in the third quarter.
Monrovia's done a lot of things well here in this quarter.
They have.
They really shoot the basketball.
Yeah. I mean, definitely down here on the defensive end, they've picked it up. The tempo is a lot quicker for them here.
Williams will check in now for Monrovia. Burgess has a seat with his second foul.
They're also really crashing that offensive glass and getting second chance. It's not leading to second chance points just yet.
And traveling whistled against Maringer. A little bit of a head start that time with his move to the basket. Eisenhout, as his defender stumbles, misses the shot. And Smith recovers with the steal.
Yeah, playing safety there in defense.
The refrain remains the same from Monrovia. They're doing everything great except shooting the basketball.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
And that is a key piece to playing basketball. Badillo, his leg ends up making that steal. Williams tried the crossover, hit Badillo in the leg. He didn't kick his legs. That's not a violation. He picks it up and draws the foul.
Yeah. You got to like this defensive effort right here. And Pepe started the game that way. You know, he got 5 quick points in that first quarter. Playing some good defense.
Pull-up three does not go, and Williams the uncontested rebound.
Yeah, Eminence, they've fallen in love with that three-point shot right now, and we'll see. I mean, it's either going to make them or break them this game because they seem content to just keep chucking it up there.
Made 3 in the first quarter. They have not made 1 since. Eminence led most of the way in the first half. Left-hand layup and score.
Nice job by Whitaker that time.
Back to a 3-point Monrovia lead. Badillo got fouled.
Yeah, that's a good job. Not settling for the three-point shot out here on the arc, even though it looks like you're open for a moment. Putting the ball on the floor. But you got to capitalize on these now. You can't go to the line and miss both of them here. You need these points if you're Eminence.
Badillo on the season, a 50% free throw shooter. And got that to go.
You know, for Pepe, he knocked down a 3 there in the first quarter. I just happened to look back at his stats. He was 1 of 28 from three-point line coming in.
And nailed the first one.
And nailed the first one.
Didn't think twice about it either. Misses that one. And Eminence only to the free throw line 4 times, and they've made 2. And Badillo gets called for the reach-in foul.
Foul on the heels, number 11, Badillo.
Just his second foul. That's kind of amazing to me. As much as he's been involved in loose balls and little skirmishes and things of that nature, it's only his second foul.
Micah Elliott asking for the shot. He said nope on a pass. That time it's blocked. Decker on the block.
I'll tell you, if there's an unsung hero tonight for the Eminence Eagles, it's Decker. His work on the glass and defensively is huge for them right now. Here he is again on cue.
4 for Decker, and we're tied at 31.
Decker's got a motor that just don't quit. I mean, getting up and down the floor. He's making me tired just watching him.
And that's going to be a jump ball.
And he's right in the middle of it again. And you know, so many times when the game gets to the end, we always pick that player that scores the most points as a player of the game. And it's easy to fall that way. But if Eminence gets a win here tonight, Jake Decker, in my opinion, is one of their definite unsung heroes tonight with his play.
Third quarter resembling the second quarter. Not much in the way of offense, plenty in the way of energy and hustle. It was 17-16 after the first quarter. This has settled much more into the rivalry style of game here in quarters 2 and 3.
And that's good. You know, so many times you get in these games, and I was even talking with the athletic director a little bit as we were setting up today, and he talked about how, you know, you get a win, you win by 2-3 points, and then you get blown out by 30 the next time you play them. It's always just you don't know what you're going to get that second time around.
Gary Ferguson, the athletic director here at Eminence. I want to thank him for his assistance in the broadcast tonight.
Him and his staff are phenomenal. We showed up. They were out there ready to help us carry stuff in and making sure we were well taken care of.
Drive to the basket and score by Williams.
Williams knocks that shot down that time.
And a steal by Smith. And he's fouled. 14 Eminence turnovers.
And those are the type of plays that you have to have in these games like this when they're this tight. You need those steals. You need those key moments where you try to steal the momentum.
Eminence 3 of 6 from the free throw, or excuse me, Monrovia now 4 of 7 from the line tonight.
And for the Bulldogs, and for the Eagles, 21, Wilson. And number 20, Martin.
Smith gets that one to go. So he becomes the game's first double-digit scorer with 10. And Monrovia, one of their largest leads of the night, is at 4. See if Eminence holds for one here. Badillo, a quick glance at the clock, and I think that's what Eminence is going to try to do. Martin drives baseline, good lead for Decker. Badillo Not that time. Monrovia will grab it, but have no time to do anything with it. But in the third quarter, they did something with a deficit. They trailed by 3 and now lead by 4 going to the fourth quarter of play. And we're back in a moment here on Endeavor Communications.
Cafeteria food is pretty good. Oh, shoot. What do you think we should do here?
Well, it's too dense to go through it. We might be able to go around that right side.
What do you think about the gap over here?
Yeah, I could see that as a possibility. Hey, guys.
Hey, Kevin.
Excuse me. Sorry.
That took guts.
Yeah.
Tonight's game brought to us by eShield Security Solutions. Call the number on your screen or log on to WeEndeavor.com for more information. Greg Rakestraw, Sean Walker. To the opposite corner of the gymnasium we go to Greg Mash.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. You talk about the powder keg. I have found me somebody who is very familiar with that. This is Ty Crone, second leading scorer all time here at Eminence High School. Ty, thanks for spending a little time with us. Tell us what you think about this powder keg rivalry.
Hey, the rivalry is great for both communities. You can see we've got almost a full house. Everyone gets excited for this game. It's like our Super Bowl around here.
Yeah, you mentioned as a player you were not able to wrestle away that powder keg from Monrovia. But as a coach, tell us what happened.
Yeah, that's correct. As a coach, came back and we got the job done.
Yeah, you think Eminence has got what it takes to do what they have not done in 20 years, and that's beat Monrovia twice?
That's right. Yeah, I definitely think they do. Down by 4, it was a tough third quarter. Pick the intensity up a little bit and just make shots. I think they'll be fine. So
there you have it, guys. We'll throw it back to you now.
Guys, thank you very much. Badillo gets the steal. But not enough contact to draw the whistle. It'll go down as another Eminence giveaway. Wilson couldn't track it down.
That's a good idea. Just sometimes, again, you talk about fool's gold from three-point land. A transition bucket can be the same way where it looks like you've got the advantage. That was a tough pass that time to try to squeeze into a small window.
Runner. Williams, not that time, but Monrovia has been much more active on the glass in the second half. Couldn't track it down that time. It'll be in part because of a foul whistled against Steven Seals.
You see that the shot goes up there, and then Seals right after it. A couple of Monrovia. When you're looking at an offensive rebound and you see more of the offensive team down there crashing the glass than you do defenders, that's not a good thing. Eminence is going to have to do a better job of staying home and boxing out.
Jay Temples tells his kids, spread out against this zone. Space the floor.
You commit more people to try to rebound, though, and it's harder for you to get out and run. And so that's exactly what Monrovia wants to try to do, is put pressure on them.
Smith thought about the pull-up three, decides to go to the basket instead. And wave off the shot. Contact whistled against Badillo before the shot went in the air. Badillo's third foul. Both teams approaching the bonus. That's the 5th whistle against Eminence, 6 so far against Monrovia. And Sieber loves that little baseline short corner.
He does, and I'll tell you, he loves to take shots that are just tough angles.
It is now a 6-0 run by Monrovia, and another Eminence turnover leads to an Eisenhut basket, and the game's largest lead belongs to Monrovia, and Eminence will take a timeout. It is a full timeout. We will step aside as well. Eisenhut's basket now gives him 9 points in this game. 39-31 Bulldogs lead on Endeavor Communications.
Are you a fan of exciting action, great sporting atmosphere, and good displays of sportsmanship?
I am definitely a fan.
High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure entertainment value. Are you a fan of amazing spirit, incredible drama, and affordable ticket prices?
I'm definitely a fan.
High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure entertainment value.
Eminence with 3 timeouts remaining. Monrovia has yet to take a timeout tonight. And they trailed by 3 at halftime. A 7-0 run to start the third quarter. And now the game's largest lead for either side is Monrovia trying to earn the 4th split in this rivalry in the last 5 seasons.
They are, and you know, you go back and you look at that December 9th game and it's a completely different score. The 68-63 was your final. You know, Luke Smith in that night had 28 points for Monrovia. You know, only 10 here tonight, but if you look up there on the scoreboard, only 39 points as a team.
Just 14 points for Eminence since the first quarter. And that shot taken and missed. However, it was touched by Eisenhut first. It was blocked out of bounds to Eminence.
It's a great job by Seals there to recognize, and I think he thought maybe we can let that seal for a minute and then realize I've got to try to keep this alive.
Martin goes right to the basket. They're going to wave off the shot, foul up top.
We haven't seen a continuation bucket here tonight yet. Let's look at this one and see if we can decide where that foul gets called. Must have been right before he turned the corner that time for the official
one
to wave
extra
it off.
step. Yep. Martin, a 67% shooter. In fact, he is the best free throw shooter on this team. Kind of proves that point right there.
Yeah, and puts both of them in. Those were silky smooth free throws that time.
Eminence now 4 of 6 from the line tonight. Sieber bobbles. Martin weaving his way through traffic, left hand, couldn't finish. Good hustle though by Maringer. And that's how he got a lot of his points in the first half, was on picking up some loose change.
It is, and you know, how many times are we going to see him do that where the first bucket that goes up is missed and then he's trailing and finds a big play.
Great job by Eisenhut to keep his wits about him and keep dribbling that ball. Smith fouled by either Badillo or Martin. If it's Badillo, it is his 4th.
There's a good look at the replay that time and look like you could give it to either one. One took the right arm, one took the left arm.
It's going to be Martin's. That's his 2nd. Smith with 11.
It's now 4 or 5 from the line here tonight.
A dozen for the young man, averaging 18 points a game.
You talked about the future being bright for Monrovia, and with Smith, you can just see. I mean, he's got some skills. He's going to be a good basketball player. He's already a good basketball player.
Badillo travels. Absolutely drugged that pivot foot.
Eminence going to pick up full court this time and try to bring a little pressure.
Sieber. Good look.
Sometimes that's exactly what a coach will do. He'll start pressuring the basketball because it speeds you up. You feel like you got to hurry to get it across the 10-second line.
Big baseline corner 3 for Wilson. First made 3 since the first quarter for Eminence.
And that's a big one. That gets it back to a 3-point game for him. This has been a heck of a basketball game here tonight, really, Rake. Both teams just, you can tell, leaving it out there on the court.
Smith drives and scores.
Smith's starting to take over here.
Monrovia takes a timeout. It appears it's going to be the full variety, which means we will step aside as well. Smith now with 14. His Bulldogs lead by 5 on Endeavor Communications.
I can't believe we broke Old Man Hennessy's window.
Correction, dude. You broke. I just threw the ball.
This is really bad. What are we gonna do? Dude, kiss your life goodbye.
Yeah.
Sorry, kid.
Keep smiling.
Hi. Tell him it was an accident, and we can fix the window. I'll come with you.
Endeavor Communications has been your hometown telephone provider for over 60 years. By providing crystal clear voice service, super fast internet, exciting television entertainment, security systems to help keep your family safe, and IT services for home and business, Endeavor continues to be the leader of technology in our communities. Call 1-800-922-6677 or go to our website at weendeavor.com for more details about all Endeavor services.
Smith, the lefty sophomore, with his take to the basket.
From Endeavor Communications.
Points had come from the free throw line. His first field goal of the half comes at a crucial time for the Bulldogs.
Have you ever seen a left-handed shooter that looked ugly? I mean, honestly, there's just something about a left-handed jump shot that looks nice.
I've been seeing some guys from the free throw line that have been putting a trying to think of the best left-handed pitcher I can think of to describe it, a Jamie Moyer level of junk from those shots in the line. But you're right, that's a pretty one.
Two of my favorite all-time left-handed shooters were Calbert Chaney at IU and the big Sam Perkins. He came and played for the Pacers, of course.
Martin. Now Wilson. Badillo works his way through the zone. Good ball movement. It's not a good look from three, but Badillo tracks down the loose ball. Ringler, nice little give and go. Ball knocked out of bounds by Monrovia. But a good job of attacking that zone by Eminence.
It really is, and they did put up a three in that segment, but they're not settling for it. I felt like it was a decent look for Martin to take the shot.
Ringler, baseline corner three, buries it, just his second field goal of the night.
And just to make a liar out of me, they go ahead and take another one. They knock this one down, though.
I mean, there was good ball movement attached to that one, though,
sure.
as well. Monrovia really spacing the floor, trying to create driving lanes primarily for Smith, which leads to a look and a meeting at the rim, of which Ringler smacks Seals on the arm and Seals to the free throw line.
Yeah, if you look, Ringler does a good job of going up here. If he doesn't commit the follow through, it's probably good enough defense to create a miss.
Now, our stats show that Seals is 8 of 30 from the free throw line this season. Didn't look like an 8 of 30 shooter there, did he?
No, knocked it down. Looked good.
Sometimes there are typos in said things, and sometimes there are moments of clarity for the player on the floor. Let's see here in effort number 2. Nothing wrong with that. 45-41.
Yeah, you'll take it. Those are big, big free throws at the end of this game, towards the end of this game.
If you looked at a stat that was a difference maker between these two teams, Monrovia much better from the free throw line than Eminence. Monrovia is 71% this season, Eminence 57%. But suddenly the Eels are finding the form from downtown that they had in the opening quarter. 3 threes in the first quarter, none in the second or third quarters, and now 3 more here in the final frame.
Wilson with 8 points, all of them here in the second half too, and that's huge for the senior who got the start tonight.
Back to a 1-point game. It was an 8-point game not that long ago. And Eisenhout bumped 1 plus the bonus coming up, the foul against Wilson.
I think this is a good foul, I really do, because if you don't commit that foul right there, he's got a wide open lane. I know you've got a player in Maringer coming over, but Eisenhout's had the hot hand for them.
10 now for Eisenhout. Make it 11.
Seems like Monrovia is doing a good job of just keeping Eminence at that puncher's distance right now. That 3-point range is where.
And Badillo called for carrying the basketball.
You see the ball go high, and that's not always a telltale sign. It's when you see that hand get underneath the basketball that time. That was a pretty easy call for the official.
Eels pick up full court man. Sieber the runner and scores.
Has he hit an easy shot tonight? I mean, everything that he's done has been either a wild angle on the baseline or that time a runner.
Little breathing room for the Bulldogs. It doesn't have to be a 3 this time down for Eminence, but it needs to be points. Wilson will have a chance to make it from the free throw line. He's got 2 shots.
That's a great play by Kyle Wilson that time, realizing you feel the defender lean one way, you spin the other. He's going to get a trip to the free throw line.
Seals picks up his 4th for Monrovia. Wilson, a 59% free throw shooter. A little quick on his free throw. If Wilson makes the free throw, he'll check out. As Hammond is awaiting the check in for him. Micah Elliott's asking, hey, it shouldn't be on Seals. Asking for the foul to be on Sieber instead, but officials say no, it's whistled against Seals. It's his 4th. Sieber has yet to pick up a foul.
I think he's got a point, too, if we go back and look at that replay.
And Eminence lets that ball go out of bounds because it was last touched by Seals. So now Hammond will check in. Wilson will check out.
Good call that time by the officials. Replay confirmed, definitely off Monrovia.
Under 2 minutes to play. And that's going to be a blocking foul Wilson against Monrovia, which means that Ringler will shoot 1 plus the bonus on Monrovia's 9th team foul.
These are huge free throws coming up. You got to cut this thing down. You know, you watch Ringler, and definitely not the quickest of basketball players, but he's got some shifty moves, been able to lose his defender a few times here tonight. Or draw the foul like he did on that play.
But 3 consecutive missed free throws for Eminence, and as mentioned earlier in the broadcast, that might be their undoing tonight.
Now, you do not sweep your rival in a season if you can't hit free throws at the end of the basketball game, whether you're up or you're down. Those are crucial points.
Badillo gives the foul his 4th, 9th team foul, but he just fouled the other team's best free throw shooter at 83% on the season.
He's now 6 of 7 from the line tonight.
Badillo will check out. Martin will check back in. It has been a tight 7-man rotation that Eminence has played tonight. A miss there, touched last by Seals, out of bounds to Eminence.
Well, that miss will keep it a 2-possession game. So, you know, an opportunity again. Eminence, plenty of time on the clock. You don't have to settle for the 3. You know, don't go out and try to make the hero play. Just make the right play.
Maringer drive, shot blocked by Sieber. Touched last by Monrovia, out of bounds to Eminence.
You know, the Eminence fans that time wanting a foul. I thought it looked like a pretty good block.
Good job by Wilson to avoid the contact, but cannot get the shot to go. Maringer able to track it down. It doesn't have to be 3, but it has to be points.
It has to happen quickly.
And Ringler traveled, trying to set up the backdoor cut.
The pass misfired anyway. You know, you had the player cutting backdoor this time. It was a good idea, but again, that's the hero play. Make the right play. Just move the basketball.
And if you're Monrovia, this has now become a game of keep away here. And Eisenhut going to be called for steps. That's one thing this Monrovia team has to learn how to do, and that's win basketball games. They won just 4 on the season. They've lost their last 7 in a row. So closing games out is not something they've had to do that much as of late. Martin sticks a 3 and is fouled by Eisenhut.
How about that? You know, it doesn't have to be a 3. Let's make it a 4-point play. Knocks down a huge shot right here. And that's a good call. Not only did he swipe him on the arm and the elbow going down, but he got him with the shoulder and the body. So that's back-to-back plays for Eisenhut. He travels down here when they're trying to run clock, and he fouls a three-point shooter.
So the 4-point play just changes the complexion of this game. It is a 30-second timeout taken by Eminence. They have 2 remaining full timeouts. Monrovia has 4 timeouts if needed. This 30-second timeout is brought to us by Endeavor eShield Security Solutions. Powered by quality Honeywell products. Endeavor eShield helps protect what you cherish most. Another look at the Martin 3. That's now 7 makes from distance tonight for Eminence, a team that makes on average just over 4 threes a game.
Yeah, it started early, and they've just continued to let it fly, and honestly, it's what's kept them in it here late is that they've got a few to go, and none bigger than the one hit by Cody Martin a minute ago.
At this point being a 2-point game, which is under a minute left to play, I think you can kind of play for the 10-second violation, go for the steal here for a while, and be somewhat selective on who you foul. But Ringler goes ahead and gives it anyway to Smith, who did just miss his last free throw. And for Ringler, he picks up his 4th foul.
And that's what Coach Temples is asking, you know, let some clock run, make him give up the basketball. You just fouled their best free throw shooter. Why? I mean,
Smith now with 16. 7 of those coming from the stripe. This is the big one here. And he nails it. It's back to a 2-possession game.
You know, not only the best free throw shooter, only a sophomore. Kid's got like ice water running in his veins.
Hammett for 3. It's a good look, couldn't get it to go. The carom, though, goes right to Ringler. Was put back as missed, but now he'll shoot 2.
Good job of crashing the glass by Eminence to keep yourself, you know, give yourself another opportunity. It's a deep 3. I thought it was kind of a rush shot, but Ringler's at the line. We'll see. He struggled from there. Tonight, he's only 1 of 3.
It's the friendly home court bounce here on senior night.
Boy, I tell you, he used every bit of that rim that time to get that one to go.
Dio and Wilson check in. Of course, the free throw here certainly helps the cause. That's obvious when you're down, but it also gives you time to set up your full court pressure. And Ringler nails it.
That's a big trip to the free throw line that time. Now, 2-point game. You got to try to get Smith to give up the basketball.
No, Badillo gives the foul. And that is his 5th foul, and Jay Temple's not happy about it. Saying again, why are we fouling their best player?
And watch right here. As soon as he goes to go by him, he reaches for the basketball. That is a foul. You know, and I know Badillo, he doesn't understand that right now. He doesn't have the benefit of looking at our footage, but that is exactly what Coach is talking about.
Smith makes the free throw. Badillo fouls out on senior night. 6 points for the exchange student from South America. Smith now with 19. 4-point game.
And you don't have to have a 3. Get something going to the bucket. Maybe you'll get fouled.
Ringler from 3. Not that time, and the rebound goes to Williams. Sieber, he's fouled by Ringler. I've got that as Ringler's 5th foul, and Sieber is an 83% shooter who will shoot 2. And that is correct. Ringler fouls out with 26 seconds to play.
You know, I know Cody Martin knocked down the 3 a little bit ago and got fouled, and you got the 4-point play. The likelihood of that happening again is not very good. I don't like the quick 3 that time. I really think the Eminence would be beneficial to try to attack the bucket. There's still plenty of time left in this game.
Sieber makes 1 of 2. He's got 9 points.
So looking for a screen to chuck up a deep 3.
Loose ball. Hammett stepped out of bounds before he could save it. Monrovia now will inbound with a 5-point lead with less than 17 seconds to play. And Hammett gives the foul.
Yeah, and at this point in time, you can't be choosy. Whoever touches the basketball, you got to foul. You got to try to extend these, you know, these last 15, 16 seconds as long as you can.
For this group of Monrovia Bulldogs, they suffered a home loss to Eminence for the first time in 20 years, but something they will avoid doing, it certainly appears, This will be the first team to be swept by Eminence in 20 years in this rivalry.
I'll tell you what, though, they're leaving the door open with a few missed free throws here down the stretch. They got the chance to put them away.
Seaver makes the second of the two. He's now got 10.
Now you got to put up the three.
Martin does. Misses. Rebound Williams. And Eminence will not foul. Williams will dribble this into the front court. And one of the Eminence, or excuse me, one of the Monrovia players will be able to go nab the powder keg. They'll take it back home to their trophy case for the offseason. Final score tonight, Monrovia 56, Eminence 50. Back with the postgame show next here on Endeavor Communications.
Endeavor eShield gives you peace of mind that your home, family, and business are safe. eShield provides burglar protection, leak detection, carbon monoxide, smoke and heat detection, and asset protection to secure your valuables. And of course, there's 24/7 monitoring. Total Connect Remote Services controls your system through your smartphone, tablet, or any other wireless device. Call 1-800-922-6677 or go to our website at weendeavor.com for more details. Endeavor Communications, we protect what you cherish most.
NCAA March Madness is here.
Tournament time. March Madness fans, we expect the unexpected.
68 teams compete in the most anticipated month in college sports.
Wow, what a play.
Don't miss every incredible upset.
Beyond belief.
And all the drama, emotion, and excitement as each round pushes teams closer to Indianapolis and Final Four weekend.
College basketball's grandest stage awaits.
Tune into TBS on Saturday, April 4th.
No way. Hi. Hi. Shine, come on and let it shine. Light me up, make me feel alive. Hi. She actually said hi to you. Shine on me today.
Endeavor eTex provides outstanding IT and computer-related services for your home or business. Whether you need a simple home PC tune-up or a large-scale network installation for your business or your municipality, Endeavor eTex is your final destination for all of your IT needs. Maintenance agreements are available and services open to members and non-members alike. Call 1-877-524-9109 or go to our website at weendeavor.com for more details.
Welcome back for the final time this evening here to Eminence High School. Greg Rakestraw, Sean Walker with you on Endeavor Communications. The powder keg has been successfully displaced from the scores table and is on its way to the Monrovia locker room.
Very quickly, we might add.
And back onto the bus that says Monroe Gregg Schools. It'll be heading just across State Road 42 and up I-70 at the conclusion of our broadcast this evening. It is the eTex postgame show. Let's quickly go to the baseline where Greg Mash is standing by with the winning head coach and the player of the game.
Hey, thanks, guys. Standing with winning head coach Mike Elliott here. Michael, we stood here 2 quarters ago and just trying to wrestle around with what was going on. Kids took the best shot that Eminence had. They withheld, they stood their ground, and they come out with a win. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I thought kids came out, and we started right from the start of the third quarter. We attacked the rim. We got offensive rebounds. I think we had 3 offensive rebounds the first possession, and that kind of set the tone for the rest of the time. We went on a run. Our kids continued to attack the rim and knock down free throws, and when you can do that, you can win some games. So I'm very proud that the adjustments that we made at halftime, the kids were able to come out and execute what we worked on in the locker room.
Tell us what this means for the Monrovia basketball program. I mean, you're 2-0 here with Endeavor Communications, but hey, you got the powder keg. It's back. It's back. I heard some fans up there saying it's back home. Tell us about what that means for the program.
Yeah, it's definitely, the powder keg is something that's lasted for a long time, and it's a rivalry thing, and it's a big game no matter what. No matter what the records are when you go into it, both teams are going to play extremely hard. At the beginning of the year, it was heartbroken, basically. We had the brand new floor, and we saw them sing their fight song on the middle of our floor, and that's something that we didn't let the guys forget, but I don't think that we had to remind them. I think that stuck with them. So, it is back. It feels good. It always feels good to get a powder keg win.
Congratulations, Ghost.
Hey,
go celebrate with the team.
We have sectionals. next week if you guys want to come and do every game. You know,
Luke, congratulations. We got player of the game for you, young man. Tell us a little bit about this win for you.
It's big for the program. Coach basically just halftime, we got to attack. We need to quit settling for jump shots, and that's what we did. Got layups.
Yeah. Well, you there at the free throw line there at the end of the game. What's that like being you're just sophomore? Is that nothing new, or is that a little nervous up there?
It's tough, especially last year. Free throws were a struggle. This year, we just knocked them down.
Congratulations, young man, player of the game. Good luck in the sectionals. Back to you guys.
Greg, thank you very much. Luke Smith, our player of the game. He had 19 points. He was 10 of 12 from the line. He made his last 4 down the stretch of this game. And he's a young man that his coach was not sure if he would be here tonight due to having to attend a funeral out of state. Certainly happy on multiple fronts this young man was able to play tonight, and he was the difference maker for Monrovia in this powder keg rivalry.
You're not kidding. And you talked about 10 of 12, but he was 7 of 8 in the fourth quarter. And so when it mattered, the sophomore showed up, and he knocked it down. That nice little lefty free throw shot, jump shot, whatever he's shooting with, it's pretty.
For Monrovia, the losing streak is a thing of the past. Then go to 5-16 on the season. The powder keg goes back to the trophy case at Monrovia High School. Again, they will take on the defending state champs in 2A at home, Park Tudor, on Friday night. Then they will play at Speedway High School on Tuesday against North Putnam in a, well, it should be a pretty good matchup in the first round of Sectional 44 at Speedway. For Eminence, they're now off for 10 days. Their focus can go to the postseason. They will play in the Sectional 57 semifinals against White River Valley. Your final thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I think if you're Eminence, you spend the next 10 days remembering how bitter this one tastes, and you try to go out and get some revenge against White River Valley in your sectional.
That'll do it for our post-game show and our broadcast this evening. Thank you so much for joining us here on Endeavor Communication. It has been our privilege and our pleasure to bring this powder keg rivalry to you. Thank you and good night. Thanks for watching Indiana High School basketball here on Endeavor Communications.